Hello students, welcome back to the world of English literature. Today we are going to learn a poem from Hornbill, The Laburnum Top, written by Ted Hughes. You have already learned this poem in different sessions of our online classes. But today I am before you with this video to give you the detailed summary of the poem. First of all, you should understand laburnum is a small tree with hanging branches of yellow flowers. We can see the pictures of a laburnum in different slides here. How beautiful the laburnum plant looks or the flowers look. See how beautifully they are hanging. Then we should know what is a laburnum exactly. Laburnum is actually a small European tree which has hanging clusters. Please understand, this is a European tree which has hanging clusters of yellow flowers followed by slender pods containing poisonous seeds. The hard timber is sometimes used as a boning substitute. This is a description about the laburnum plant. But minimum you must have an idea about this tree, that this is a European tree which has hanging clusters of yellow flowers like in different images I have shown in the previous slides. Now let us know about the author before we come to the detailed summary of it. Who is the author of this poem? The Laburnum Top, Ted Hughes. Who is he? His full name is Edward James Hughes, was an English poet and children's writer. He was born in Mytholroyd in the West Riding district of Yorkshire, England on August 17, 1913. His childhood was quiet and dominantly rural, not urban. So this is a very short description about the poet of the poem, The Laburnum Top. Actually, we should know what is exactly the central idea of this poem. We have an idea already from the online classes. We have gained a certain idea about this poem, the central idea, the theme of this poem. Really, this is a poem that is describing us about the mutual relationship between a laburnum plant and a bird which is called a goldfinch. Or in other words, I should say that The Laburnum Top is a poem written by Ted Hughes describing the mutual relationship or describes the mutual relation between a laburnum tree and a goldfinch bird. Let's know the central idea of it. We can just have a slide on the screen which tells about the central idea. The poem Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes describes a mutual relationship between a laburnum tree which is large, beautiful but quite alone, and a goldfinch bird which is quite amusing, beautiful but without a shelter. The laburnum tree gives the house to the bird and its young chicks, and the bird in turn takes away its dead silence. Or in other words, I must tell you that this is a very beautiful poem that is explaining or describing a very good relationship between a dead-like tree in the month of September or in the autumn season, and how it gains life after the arrival of goldfinch tree at the top of it. That is what the title of the poem, the laburnum top. What is at the top of laburnum tree? There's a nest. There's a nest means a small house that is built by this bird for its young ones. Okay, and it is arriving to feed the young ones. The goldfinch bird arrives at the top of this tree to feed its young one, and that arrival makes a new life, brings a new life to the laburnum tree, which was looking in dead silence in the initial time. What is the theme of this poem then? The poem revolves around a laburnum tree and a goldfinch bird. Please try to understand that this poem revolves around a laburnum tree and a goldfinch bird. The core theme of the poem shows us the repaying relationship between the two. Further, it brings by describing how the laburnum tree is pretty quiet in the yellow September light. Actually, there are some uniformities between these two characters of this poem. I mean, the laburnum tree and the goldfinch. They are looking yellow in color. What is yellow? Yellow is a symbol of autumn season, or it is the time where the trees start shedding the leaves after the leaves become yellow in color, and that autumn season moves towards the next season, which is winter season. Let us know the top summary of the poem, the laburnum top, from here onwards. As I told you, laburnum top, or at the top of the laburnum tree, a bird comes, that is a goldfinch, which was looking very small, beautiful, and yellow in color. I mean, the wings and the feathers of the bird was yellow. Okay, now let's see the top summary of the chapter or the poem, the laburnum. The poem starts with a description of the laburnum tree whose top was still and silent. When the poem begins, we find the tree is looking silent. Silent means dead. Silence is compared to death. When everything is going still, it is dead. And the tree was looking dead in the beginning. Its leaves had turned yellow and seeds had fallen down. It had started shedding the leaves as well as the seeds down because it was autumn season of yellow, or season where the trees and flowers start shedding the seeds, fruits and the leaves down. It was a daytime in the month of September when the tree was standing still and death-like. So, death-like tree is mentioned here in this poem in the initial part, that is in the month of September. It is written very clearly here. Now let's know, the lifeless tree becomes alive by the arrival of goldfinch bird, and unexpectedly a new guest arrives at the top of this tree that provides or brings life to the death-like tree, the laburnum. She came to feed her younger ones who are on the thickness of the branch. I told you in the beginning that there is a nest built at the top of the laburnum where its young, the goldfinch birds' young ones were there. The mother bird came to feed them, but that arrival brings some inspiration, a life to the laburnum tree especially. She came to feed her young ones who are on the thickness of the branch. The tree is a shelter. She arrives at the end of the branch with the chirping sound. She further moves to the other side of the branch with the rapid and precautionary movement like a lizard. The bird, goldfinch bird, is looking very calm and quiet when it comes towards the tree. Though it is providing life, it was looking silent. It was not intentionally or deliberately disturbing the laburnum tree. Its intention was to feed the young ones and go back. She further moves to the other side of the branch with a rapid and precautionary movement like a lizard. As soon as she arrives, her younger ones start chirping like a machine and vibrating and flapping their wings. So when the mother bird arrives, what happens? The younger ones starts making different types of sounds, noise. Actually, That is what the importance of the presence of mothers. Our mothers used to do different favor in our lives, right? She is everything for us. Of course, here the mother bird came with an intention that was none other than caring or protecting or feeding young ones, which was at the top of the laburnum tree. But the arrival first of all makes the younger ones active, and they started making different types of sounds, and that sounds is making the tree alive, or the sounds made by the small ones after the arrival of the goldfinch tree is causing for the waking up. Actually, that is waking the death-like laburnum tree. As soon as she arrives, her younger ones start chirping like a machine and vibrating and flapping their wings. The death-like tree becomes alive and it trembles and shakes. After feeding them, what happens? The goldfinch bird, goes back to the other side of the branch. Her dark-colored face with the yellow body was barely visible as she vanished behind the yellow leaves. She flew away in the sky, leaving the tree death-like again. So, for every person, there is a mission in this world. You and me have the same. That means somebody who has sent us towards this world, towards this earth, has a mission to accomplish. When that mission is accomplished, we have to go back. That's a universal truth. Nobody will be remaining here for a long time. In different stages, we are doing different works, and when those works are accomplished, He will call us. Or we will have to leave the stage for the next person who is waiting for performing his action or completing his works. The bird who came to feed the young ones, when it finds its work was accomplished, going back. Her dark-colored face with the yellow body was barely visible as she vanished behind the yellow leaves. She flew away in the sky, leaving the tree death-like again. So, the arrival of the goldfinch bird was giving life to the laburnum tree too, but the tree becomes dead again when it is moving back or when it is flying back. That is what the relation that was talked about in the beginning. It is about a repaying relationship between the laburnum tree and a goldfinch bird. Here, what is repaid here? Goldfinch bird is repaying. In what sense the goldfinch bird is repaying? It is giving a life to the laburnum tree because of its arrival. And as for the goldfinch bird, it's a shelter for it. It's protecting the younger ones. So that is the mutual relationship discussed here. Students, this is the end of the top summary of the poem, The Laburnum Top, and of course a short message I am displaying before you. Actually, Ted Hughes is trying to convey the message that life is a process of exchange and transformation. We are subject to change. Everything is subject to change in this world. People are alive because they undergo exchange of energy. The goldfinches transform the tree and make it alive. Without the goldfinches and the chicks, the laburnum is just another tree. So what makes the laburnum tree alive? The presence of goldfinch birds. And that is the mutual relationship discussed in the poem. Or in other words, Laburnum Top, or The Laburnum Top written by Ted Hughes, is really explaining about the unique relationship between the goldfinch bird and the laburnum tree. Dear students, hereby I conclude the top summary of the poem, The Laburnum Top. I hope you understood this. Of course, you keep on reading, take down the important points while the explanation is done. Take care. Have a wonderful day.